Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I am recording this on Tuesday around 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. So if you haven't already, just let me get this out of the way, please hit the like button or thumbs down, doesn't matter. It helps my algorithm either way. Leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell so you actually get the notifications. And check out membership. I'll put the links below. I have a new class coming up where I'm teaching you about dragons. This will be our 3-card pull at the end, and how to work with them, how to find your personal dragon. We just did the spirit animal class, and all my classes are on demand, whether you want to learn mediumship or reading tarot or working with your angels or what kind of starseed you are, animal communication. I do get a lot people asking about animal communication. So that is an on-demand class. That's with Awaken Your Mind and above. And I do have a $1.99 level so everybody can participate in membership at some capacity. For personal readings, I am booked for the rest of August. So for the next month, I am booked, but I do have openings in September. That's DianeAquarius.com. And for those of you that follow me on my community tab here on YouTube, you know Annie was my cat Annie, she's my 20-year-old baby girl. She was very disgusted with Vance's comments about childless cat ladies. So I had to get this shirt. This childless cat lady is voting Kamala, right? So, her campaign lives on. However, like every politician, she has had her past dragged up and, she's just trying to make the best of it. So, this is an important video. I thought we'd start on a light note. We'll end on a light note. Because I've had a lot of you ask me the same questions, and I'm seeing some of the same predictions that you're seeing from astrologers. And I really wanted to look, and so like I've told all of you before, off camera, I do a lot of reading, I sit there, with my cards on my couch and whatnot. And so there's a couple of questions that I have that I've been reading on off camera that I want to read for you on camera, so you can see what it is that I'm seeing. And, like I always say, the cards don't lie. A lot of you have asked me about timelines because, we've had a major timeline shift, obviously, right? That's, goes without saying. You know what? I just saw the new Deadpool Wolverine movie. The entire movie is about timeline shifts. They keep shifting timelines, right? Where there's different Wolverines, different Deadpools. So, we do have different timelines. And that's the one thing that I think as a psychic is really hard to predict. You don't know when you got to jump timelines, because I teach a class on how to do it for yourself so you can manifest what you want. But as a collective, that's a lot harder, I'll be honest. And so I still feel really good about Kamala winning. I do. But the energies around the election are very bizarre. I also wanted to talk to you about a channeled message that I got from Rosalynn Carter, Jimmy Carter's wife that has crossed over. I don't normally just do random mediumship, but I was in meditation. Like every morning I wake up around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I go into meditation, and that's when I do my channeling work. And she did come in with an interesting message that I will share with you. So let's first look at what I am seeing. You guys are asking this question, and I think rightfully so. So is the election actually going to happen when it's supposed to, on November 5th? Is it actually, because that should be a pretty black and white thing, right? I mean, you schedule an election, you hold it, that's what happens. Let's look at the cards. Is the election going to happen as it should, as it's scheduled to, on Tuesday, November 5th? I'm just calling in my spirit guides, my angels, my loved ones in spirit, creator, my animal spirit guides, Anyone that can help guide us at this time. The Rock Collective. Okay, King of Wands. So that's what's at the heart of the matter. Lots of passion and enthusiasm and excitement, right, surrounding this. So that's, for those of you that don't know my spreads, that's, I say it as I go along usually. The Obstacle, Queen of Swords. You know, she can be something that's judicial, legal. You know, it's a very cold, analytical card. Outcome, Three of Wands. We're waiting for like our ships to come in. We're waiting for something to happen on November 5th. I don't like the Knight of Cups in this case because it just feels wrong to me. You know, usually when he's coming in, you know, the cup is upright, it's full, new opportunities, but he is also known as the False Knight. Page of Wands, speculation, right? Things aren't concrete. I mean, these are not definite yes cards, right? In the tarot class, I do teach like there's cards that pretty much mean yes and cards that mean no. And then you have these very bizarre in-between cards like, we're thinking about this. There's lots of speculation, lots of confusion. And if I take from the bottom of the deck, literally the card of confusion, disillusionment, lies, deception, deceit, right? That's what the Moon card is about. And so this is what I keep seeing. And, you know, to me, whether an election happens or not is black or white. This isn't something that we debate or talk about, right? It just is something, you know, you put on the calendar, you schedule it, you do it. So my next question is, I have two more questions. Next question is, will we know the results on November 6th? Will we know the results of the election on November 6th? So no matter what happens on the 5th, do we know who is going to be the next president on the next day, on Wednesday, November 6th? And I am calling the white light from the divine to just protect these readings, protect us, protect this video, and make sure that it does get out there so that people can see. Okay, I like this. This is the opposite of the Moon card, right? This is the Sun, but it also does mean enlightenment. So there's something that we learn. The Obstacle, the Tower. So is there something, you know, say with electronics, electricity? You know, what is this tower here? We have more to learn. The Hermit. There's something that we need to know. And so it's interesting because, you know, the Hermit carries the lantern and it only shows what's right in front of him. He's learning as he goes along. And so there's something that we're going to be illuminated about, right? Something that gets brought to the forefront that we learn. Wheel of Fortune. So this is something that's in the works, right? This has to do with karmic fate and destiny, but it's spinning. The wheel is spinning. It's going around and around. This is not a yes card. This is not a yes card. This certainly is not a yes card. Seven of Cups. The card of confusion, right? The things that are inside of these cups aren't real. There's ghosts, there's fairies and castles. And he can't decide which way to go. You know, it's a card of confusion. And if I look at the bottom of the deck, I'm not loving it because, as you know, 10 of Pentacles for myself and a lot of other readers, this is the card of the Republican Party. And I am not predicting them winning, but I am predicting them causing mayhem. Because whether we know what happens the next day should be set in stone. I mean, usually you know before you go to bed, right? When I go to bed on election night, I usually have a good sense of which way we're heading. The other thing that I've been reading off camera that I haven't shared with you yet, but I wanted to make sure that I read on it again and again and again and again to make sure that I'm getting reliable answers. I am going to take a sip of water here because I've been talking a lot today. Okay. So here's my question. Is Biden going to be our president by the time election day rolls around? Is he still there? Is he? Because I mean, he should still be there, right? Until, they hand over power, later. So is President Biden, is he still there in office, running the country, doing his thing on election day? Is he still there? Is he still there? Is he still there? The World card. Sorry, I can hear, you might be able to hear, there is a police car in the back. So one phase is ending, a new phase is beginning. This is a card of transition. Let's not make too much out of that yet. Obstacle, things are changing. Okay, so we get two cards talking about, wait, something's going on, something's happening, something's changing. What is this? This is a card of going off, going away, right? Going off on your own adventures, striking it out on your own. There's this movement with this card. So, and it's also, a page of swords, hearing something, right? Hearing or reading something, right? Getting some sort of message, us receiving a message of going, leaving. But I'm asking, because he shouldn't be gone on election day, correct? He should still be right, in the White House. Things to be determined. 4 of Cups, okay? So this is a card of indecision. Once again, another card of confusion, right? Victory, triumph, a leader that has persevered. But when I look at the bottom of the deck, okay, King of Wands. Now, you know that my card for Kamala is the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to take this as her. That she's there. This is actually talking about her. This talks about Biden. I'm not sure he's there. So I am going to have astrologers on. I'm going to be pairing up with astrologers. Andre on Thursday, I will be on his channel. I'll post the link in the community tab. And Monday, I will have Adam, coming in to talk about some of these things that I'm seeing. There is a lot of confusion surrounding all of this. I will answer your question. Let's see. Because a lot of you have written to me about this. Will Vance remain the vice president? Will he remain, 45's pick because I don't think 45 enjoys the attention being taken away from him. I do not think he likes that. And let's face it, Vance is weird. You know, I don't think they could have, I mean, some of the things that they're saying about him, I did not have on my bingo card. So is 45 going to try to get rid of him? What is happening with our good old friend Vance? I mean, I've seen excerpts of that book and oh my word, is it bizarre. And none of it's like real. That's the crazy part. In today's money, his parents would have made about $175,000. He lived in like the suburbs in mid-America. He went to Yale. How that makes him a hillbilly, I don't know. But, okay, so let's see. Does he keep Vance or... And here's the thing. A lot of you are saying, oh, you know, 45 has all this power to choose who he gets as vice president. And no, he is a puppet on a string. This is how Spirit keeps showing me him. And I think that's why some of his rhetoric has toned down. We're seeing him do things, not do things that, like, you know, are a little bit out of character for him. Because, I mean, he's the same person, right? Wash, rinse, repeat. He says and does the same things. No, I think he's being very controlled at this point, being told, say this, don't say that. And we all saw, I put it on my community tab just this morning, that he's chickening out of debating Kamala in September. So Kamala turned around and said, I will be there. So, hey, give her however long it is. What is it, like an hour and a half or something? Let her have that airtime. So Vance, his wheel of fortune is spinning. He's coming into his karmic destiny and fate. His obstacle, he is stuck, he's trapped. He doesn't know which way he's going yet. So this has not been determined. We have not reached that point in our timeline where this is a definite yes or no. Action gets taken. Knight of Swords. Something is about to happen, right? This horse is charging in. And then it gets stabilized. So we go like, I mean, these are like the two most extreme horses, right? Out of the four knights. The one where he's not moving at all, and the one that is charging in like the cavalry. So we have like this juxtaposition of energies going on here. And it's funny, as we're getting closer to the election, the cards should be getting more black and white and clearer. That's what we would expect, right? And yet they're getting more muddled. The energies, and I do believe this is because there is a timeline shift. We have shifted timelines. I told you that before Amy COVID Barrett got in. You know, and a lot of you got mad at me, wrote me nasty things. It was like 2 weeks before she got in. I said, look, I went on the astral plane. I got myself out there. Remember, if you watch that video back, she was building that bizarre wall, like a brick wall. And like, you know, there was no way to get around it, but yet there was a door just big enough for her to like creep through. And so things had changed. King of Pentacles. I have never gotten this card for 45, so I do not believe it means him. So this is like the powers that be. You know, I always call them like the dark suit men, and there's women in it too. But you know, the dark suit people that sort of run things behind the scenes. They're pretty grounded. You know, they have plenty of money, and they're going to be making this decision. Ooh. I think this is a sign from Spirit, High Priestess, saying, Diane, back off, right? This is a card of secret agendas and hidden motives. And I keep getting these really strange, bizarre cards. Now, let me say, I feel like we are in the correct timeline for Kamala to win. I don't see a Republican presidency, no matter what happens to 45 or whatever. I'm not seeing that. That would be a major timeline shift, and I'm not feeling that. So, but obviously things are changing and just being very odd at this time. Something that we're not used to. And I know, like, I astrologically speaking, we do have a lot of things going on with Mercury retrograde, new moon, planets being in positions that they haven't been in a long time. And that's why I bring an astrologist on, because some of this I don't understand why I'm getting the cards that I'm getting. So I wanted to share with you the message from Rosalynn Carter. She did cross over, and her husband, former President Jimmy Carter, has been on hospice for quite some time, over a year, I think like a year and a half or more. And, I hate it when I hear people say, like, they're not really with it, and because all of my patients as a dementia practitioner, people would say that about, but yet then sometimes I would say something funny and I would see them smile. Or, you bring up something about, like, say, their grandchild, or, and you can see like a tear run down their face. I mean, I've gotten actual, physical results from these people that are allegedly not in there. Now, I think they do go on the astral plane because they'd be bored stiff being stuck in a inert body. So I do think they visit loved ones in spirit. They go back to wherever they came from, or the Pleiades. I mean, Jimmy Carter definitely strikes me as being, someone that would be from the Pleiades. Someone that's loving, kind, a healer, a teacher. But Rosalynn said she's getting frustrated with Jimmy because she wants him to cross over. She's like, you've done everything that you could do. There is nothing left to be done. You've done your job. You've done well. And what he's saying back to her is, I care about democracy. And I don't know, and maybe some of you can fill me in on this, I don't know what his relationship to President Biden was like, but he has a great fondness and respect for him. And he cares very much about his well-being. I think he's very much supporting him spending time with family at this stage in his life. He wants him to be happy and joyful. But as I'm seeing Rosalynn extend her hand to Jimmy, like cross on over, I'm seeing Jimmy extend his hand to President Biden. And there is some kind of energetic connection between these two men. And so one thing that I will say is I do feel that President Carter is way more aware of what's going on than those around him think. And I think the second all this gets settled, he's going to feel well enough with everything that's happening to cross over. He's holding on for democracy to win. And he does have a special connection with Biden. He is like some sort of support system. There is something there. So let's do the 3-card pull with these gorgeous dragon cards, the Oracle cards by Diana Cooper. Next month, August, we will be doing a whole dragon course where you will find out who your personal dragon is, how to tap into that energy, how to call in specific dragons, because I don't know why people think dragons are so out of the ordinary when we had things like dinosaurs. Like monitor lizards, all these fantastic creatures. I think about some of the creatures that we've had in our oceans, and that we do have in our oceans. I don't think it's far-fetched. So I'm just going to take the top 3 cards. 1, oh, I love that. 2, and 3. So just ask the universe, which dragon's message do I need today? 1, 2, or 3. You can always pause it if you need to, or you can use that Google number generator. Here we go. Number 1 is the rose pink dragon. Really beautiful. Prepares your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Right, so connecting with the love and compassion from the universe. Open your heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe, right? And isn't that what the law of one is all about, right? That's why I channel the Raw Collective. They wrote those 5 Law of One books. We are all one. We are all connected. And we all, whether you like your neighbor or not, you know, we all came from the same place. And that is a place of love, I believe. Number 2, Thor's red, black, and gold dragon. Look at that dragon. Look how majestic he is. It says, protects you in times of change. So this is a protective dragon. A time of rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you are safe. So if you've been going through some changes or you know you're about to go through some changes, it's fine. You've got this. And then number 3, look at this. Magenta dragon. Beautiful. You can see his head, for those of you looking, you can see his head, right? And the horns curling back and the wings. Enables you to bring forward your soul's wisdom. Awaken your soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. And I should mention, for those of you that follow the Schumann resonance, this weekend, that's the Earth's energy, right? The Earth gives out a certain frequency, just like every other planet, and you can follow it. Over the weekend, the Schumann resonance, the Earth's frequency, was incredibly high, with incredibly high spikes. When you look at the chart, I mean, it was just spike after spike after spike. And so you may have felt some of those ascension type symptoms, dizzy. Like I actually had like some vertigo type symptoms, like, you know, dizzy, lightheaded, maybe a little nauseous, anxious, you know, things like that. So, but then it calmed back down on Monday. So, you know, do your best to stay grounded at this time. And, you know, I wish everybody a beautiful week ahead. Tomorrow I'm busy doing personal readings for my clients like I do every Wednesday. And if you haven't yet, hit the like button, leave me a message. It does help boost my algorithm. And I will see you all in a couple of days. Bye, everyone.